All right, you are going to go to the tiny URL to start. So the web address is tinyurl.com, and you're going to do / and then in all caps, infographic analysis, and then hit enter. And that will take you to a Google Doc that I've created. Now, this is a Google Doc that you now need to make a copy of and call your own so that you can turn it in and get credit. So the first thing you need to do is come over here to File, click on File, and you want to make a copy. And when you do that, it's going to ask you the new name of your document, this new copy you're making. And the way you're going to name it is this. You're going to type the period that you're in. So period 6 space, and then the 2 last names of the people who are working on this document. So in my case, it would be, and I'm a student, it's going to be Vieira, that's my partner, Newbill. Okay, space, and then the actual title of the document, which is Infographic Analysis. So we're going to still get that in there. All right, so everybody should have the same format. The period that you're in, space, the 2 last names of the people working on the document, space, and then the actual title of the document. This will come up a lot in the future when you are trying to name things and have them go in the right place. The period 6 is all going to be one pile. Your last names will tell me who it is, and the title of the assignment will tell me what assignment you're working on. So now you're going to click OK, and it's going to now rename and open your new document. So here you are in your new document called Period 6 Vieira Newbill Infographic Analysis. And you're now going to do the infographic analysis. You've learned a little bit about what makes a good infographic. And here's one that's actually been called the worst infographic ever created. What I want you to do is, with your partner, tell me why you think it's considered the worst infographic of all time. You can be very specific with your criticism, and you're going to type them in here 1 through 10 or more if you come up with more. So you go to the first one, and I'm going to say that there's a lot of spelling errors. So, spelling, that's funny. Spelling errors. Okay. Then the next one, I think that I don't like the colors. Colors are hard to look at. Okay, it's kind of ugly. So you're going to go through with your partner, and you're going to figure out at least 10 things that make this one of the world's worst infographics ever created. Then you're going to scroll down. And now I want you and your partner to brainstorm ways that this infographic could have been improved. So what could the creator of this infographic do to make this a better chart or a better infographic? So you're going to fill all that in here at these bullet points. Now you're going to scroll down to the second page. It's a 2-page document. And on the second page, I've given you another infographic. This one, I think, in my opinion, is pretty successful. And I'd like you to spend a minute looking at it. And then down below, I would like you to tell me ways that you think that this is working. Why is this a successful infographic? What elements are present that work to make this a useful infographic? Tell me what you see. Be as specific as possible. So you're going to brainstorm ideas, why this one works, and you're going to type all those in. Once you're done and you've filled out about the tiger and you filled out up here about the world's worst infographic, you need to share this document with me, your teacher. So you're going to come up here to share, this little lock and the word share in a blue box, and you're going to click on that. And it's going to ask for the email addresses of people that you want to share this with. So first and foremost, you must share it with your teacher so that I get a copy and I can grade it and give you points. So my email address is karen.newbill@gmail.com. It's written on the board. You can look at that if you can't remember it here. And then to put another one in, you just do a comma. And now I would like you to type in the name of your partner who is not, we are not using their Google address here. So the other person in your group. So the other person in my group is Mr. Vieira. So his email address is John Lee Vieira at gmail.com. Oh, God, I keep typing stuff wrong. So I'm going to share that with Mr. Vieira as well. So you can share it with yourself, but honestly, it's already in your Google account because you're creating it there. So I've got my teacher and I've got my partner, and they both can edit. If you want them to just be able to view it, you can come down to just view, but leave it on can edit so that if your partner wants to contribute to it later or whatever, that's really important. Ms. Newbill will not be editing your work at all. I'm just going to look at it, see that you've done it and that you've named it correctly, and you're going to get points for that. You can add a note if you wish. Here is our infographic analysis assignment. If you want to, you don't have to do that. And then you're going to click send. When you click send, I will receive an email, and the other addresses that you put on there will also receive an email saying that this has been shared with them and that they can go in and edit it. And then you'll be able to see who wrote things and who you shared it with has contributed to that document, and it'll show you who has access to it. So you're all done. You've created a document, you've renamed it, and you have completed it. You've shared it with your teacher and with your partner, and you've done the assignment. You're all done.